Alright, so this is the piece of hickory that I'm gonna try to get all of my panels out of. Yeah, and in the interest of trying to get some more exercise, I think I'm gonna at least make the first cut by it with a handsaw. And if I don't feel like I'm about to have a heart attack, I'll keep going. Boy, that could really use a sharpening. I'll go with this flimsy, crappy, no-name saw for now. See how this goes. Alright, I think it's time for me to learn how to sharpen a saw. Plus, I need to catch my breath. Well, it feels better. Let's see how it does. See how long that took. Hey, 9 minutes. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Oh yeah, much better. Alright, so these are the 2 big side panels and the 4 small side panels. These have been cut to final maximum dimension, which is the actual dimension of the tabs that are going to stick into the grooves I've cut. Now what I need to do to make these actually fit in there is put a 1/4 inch rabbet all the way around each one of these pieces. Alright, so it took a little bit of finessing, but I did get the panel in there. Right now it's square, but I'm going to go ahead and get them all in and fitted, and we're going to get these ready to go, and then I'll do the actual raised panel look to them. Alright, so the panels are fitted on both sides. This is the back here. I'm just going to do a plywood back here. It's going to be kind of loose fitting, but it's going to be more of a dust cover than anything else. But these are kind of what I wanted to showcase. So now the next step I need to take is to bevel these faces to give it the raised panel look. Alright, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to hide these glue lines in the angle. So I got my square set for that distance from the edge. And then I'll just use the glue line as my line. Now what I've got in my head for these little ones, I'm going to have the raised surface and this dimension here. It's going to be a little bit bigger than 1/3 of the total exposed space. Alright, so that's what it's going to look like. And I'm actually okay with this. This looks pretty good. You get a hard shadow line around the raised portion of the panel, plus the raised panel look. I kind of like it. It's a whole lot of work, but I think it's going to be worth it in the end. Alright guys, so here's where I am right now. The panels are all made. I've got everything sanded up to 220. I got all the corners knocked off with a block plane. So now, before I actually do the glue up, I need to figure out shelf support for the top compartment and drawer glides. I'm going to turn this thing around, get you a closer look to the interior through the back. So there'll be a shelf right here. I'll do a block along the rails on both sides here to support that shelf, and I want that shelf removable. I'm just going to do plywood shelf on the inside. That way hopefully it'll stay flat. The drawers will have supports or runners on the sides that are flush with this top surface. The shelf, the support will sit down 3/4 of an inch so that the top of the shelf is flush with this surface here. But I want to get all that mocked up before I glue this thing up completely, and can't get back into it easily. With this back panel out, I can reach in there and do what I need to do a lot easier. So anyway, that's where I am right now. So next week, hopefully next week, I'll have the door made, the drawers made, and have all this stuff ready to show you what I've done and how I did it. So the panels, I'd never done panels that way before, but they turned out pretty well. There's some issues with them, but you got to really look at it to see them. So as far as it goes, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not 100% happy with the way these bottom panels look compared to the top panel. They don't match up real well, but I had her come look at it. She said she likes it like that, and that's all that really matters. So my opinion on this is fairly irrelevant if she likes it. Yeah, so we're looking at kind of the home stretch here. I've done drawers before. Now I'm just debating on whether to do dovetailed drawers or rabbited. So, and I'm hoping I have enough hickory left to do the drawer fronts with the hickory. I don't think I do, but we're going to hope for the best. So real quick, this is going to be the bonus footage. This was the last piece of hickory that I had, so I thought. Apparently, I hid this piece from myself, and thank goodness I did. I can get both drawer fronts out of that. So, yay! Yay me! So if you're forgetful like me, guys, hide stuff from yourself that you think you might need later. It's going to come in handy. See you next week.